Hi y'all, and welcome back to Grow Waco. Today, we're going to be talking about tomatoes, but not just any tomatoes. We're talking Texas-sized, fat boy, juicy tomatoes. Well, hopefully. And today, I've got the two cutest little helpers.
Now, let's give these tomatoes a haircut.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the stems and leaves that touch the soil to prevent disease. So if you come on in here, we've got one right here that is really getting up in on that soil. So Sophie is going to cut that one for us right here. All right, we got a few more over here. If you'll cut this one. And we got one right here that we're going to cut. All right.
Like I said, the bottom leaves touching the soil gotta go. They're like flip-flops in the winter, useless and asking for trouble. Leaves touching the soil are susceptible to soil-borne diseases like early blight and septoria.
Next, I'm going to trim off what are called suckers.
This little guy is called a sucker and is found between the main stem and the branch, kind of in the armpit of the plant. And this guy sucks the energy right out of making tomatoes and into making a tomato jungle. And I've slacked off before and have made a tomato jungle, and you do not want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get right in here and we're going to cut this guy off. If they're little, you can pinch them. If they're big, you'll want to use some clippers. So Sophie's going to get in here and snip this guy off. Perfect. Again, suckers are energy thieves and focus energy on leaves and branches and not big boy tomatoes. So thin them out so the energy goes to making tomatoes and not branches and leaves. You also want to thin the plant for better airflow, which means less blight and less mildew. It also makes it easier come harvest time to get in there and grab those tomatoes. Tomatoes are a warm season crop native to South America and are part of the nightshade family like peppers, potatoes, and eggplants. There are two types of tomatoes, indeterminate or vining and determinate or bush tomatoes. Indeterminates will produce all season and can grow 6 to 12 feet tall. It's important to make sure that you thin these. The determinate tomatoes will produce all fruit in a short window, and you need much less pruning as they only grow about 3 to 4 feet tall. You'll want to plant your tomatoes in full sun as they need about 6 to 8 hours a day for optimal production. Another thing to do is to mulch around your tomatoes as this will help them retain water. You'll want to water your tomatoes. Give them a deep watering about once a week. If it's really hot, you may need to get in there and throw some water on them just to perk them back up. And lastly, you only want to trim the suckers that are below the first set of flowers.
Now that we've cleaned up our tomatoes, we're going to end their spa day with some fish emulsion or fish fertilizer. Now, fish fertilizer has nitrogen that boosts leafy green growth, phosphorus that encourages root growth and flowering, potassium that improves fruit development and plant health, and other micronutrients.
Now, I like to use my grass clippings right after I mowed my yard to put around my plants. First, grass clippings act as a free fertilizer. It's loaded with nitrogen, and as it breaks down, it'll feed your soil and plants. Second, grass clippings can act as moisture retention. It helps the soil hold water longer by reducing evaporation, which is perfect for Texas summers like mine. Third, it acts as a weed suppressant. A thick layer blocks sunlight and prevents weeds from growing. Fourth, it acts as soil temperature control. It keeps soil cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter, helping roots stay happy. And finally, grass clippings will help improve soil health over time. As it breaks down, it'll improve soil structure, attract worms, and boost microbial life. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Grow Waco.